Welcome, tasty, tenacious Taurus. It is Sachi, and we are here to do some shamanic shifting where we look into your current energy, what your manifestation goal is, and then take your current energy and transmute it into your manifestation goal. So just a couple announcements before we begin. One, I am doing all my readings on YouTube from now on because I'm having some uploading issues on Instagram. For those of you who have been watching on YouTube, nothing's really going to change, but you will notice that my readings are going to be a little bit longer. Instagram capped them at 15 minutes. It says now that it's extended to 60 minutes. However, I cannot upload on any phone or computer. So not really sure if it's a Mercury retrograde thing or what, but I will continue to do on YouTube, which feels better. It feels more free. I don't feel more rushed. And also YouTube's list of no words is a lot more forgiving than IG. We'll just say it that way. All right. So another announcement that I would like to say is my books are open again. So yeah, after like 2 months of being closed, they are back open. However, I will be closing them again soon. I only have a couple more readings left. So if you are interested in booking with me, now would really be the time to do that, because I don't know how long it's going to be before I can open my books once more. And just a reminder that the top 2 videos with the most likes do get a bonus reading later in the month. And whoever comes in first place, so whichever one gets the most likes, does get the extended for free. So if this resonates, please do remember to hit that like button. You guys are number 6 this month, so you're about halfway there. But yeah, anyway, Taurus, I really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. I know I didn't do a public monthly. If you are a member on the Eagle or Phoenix, the August urgent message from source, which is a timeless message, is on there, so make sure you check that out. It's a collective message, and then I go into each individual signs, but there was not a free monthly. I needed to take a little bit of time off for myself because I had not taken any time off since I began doing this full time, which was a little over 2 years ago. So I really needed some R&R. You know, I don't really consider this work necessarily because it's my soul's mission, but sometimes I'm reminded it is still technically work and I need to take a break. So thank you guys for your patience. I really appreciate it, and I'm sending you guys lots of love. All right, let's head into it, Taurus. This is what came out in the cleansing ceremony. We had the 6 of Pentacles, Temperance in reverse, and the Moon. So this was telling me basically that there's something of an inequality issue that's going on in your life. It could be financial compensation, or it could just be what's going on in your physical reality. But there's definitely something that's really out of skew here. Even if there is this like this inclination to try to make it right, it's still, there's an underlying issue of inequality in general. So for example, you know, here is this, you know, fair, well-to-do maiden or whatever, and she's giving a coin to these, you know, begging people. And it's nice to do that, right? It's sort of shifting the balance scale, but it doesn't really address the issue of how can someone have so much and someone have so little, right? Again, it's like a systemic issue. So even though I do think there are little things that are trying to bring things into balance, there still really is a systemic issue of inequality that you are dealing with. With Temperance in reverse, it looks like it's causing you to sort of lose your temper, lose your cool in a way. You know, Taurus, it's difficult when the bull sees red, right? You never want a charging bull. And it looks like this situation is triggering you so that you are, you know, seeing that red. You're losing your cool sometimes. Your temper may be acting up. It's hard for you to spiritually alchemize to stay lukewarm. So it may cause you to go very cold or very hot, but I'm definitely feeling a more cold energy. You know, it's still summer, but here I am wearing my long sleeve shirt because I even feel cold when I was doing your reading. And then we have the Moon. So the Moon represents things that are hidden, secrets. So you might be keeping this inside. You know, the Moon also represents the emotional body. And as you can see in this deck, you know, she's dealing with all of these, you know, underwater creatures. We also have Jupiter that is retrograding in Purva Bhadrapada, which is the serpent of the depth. And so that's what this really is reminding me of. It's retrograding, and the Moon is Pisces, and Jupiter is retrograding in the constellation of Pisces. I am on the true sidereal timeline, so I get my data directly from the sky. If you feel like Jupiter is not retrograding there, I suggest you look up at the sky and see for yourself. We had, so yeah, but I think that there's a lot of hidden things that are really coming to the surface from whatever the systemic inequality is. We have Chiron using Hail Prison. Chiron is an ice legendary. And so I feel like in terms of this temperance energy, you're more cold than hot, if that makes sense. So you might be sort of in shutdown mode. Even, you know, the moon, you know, she looks sort of sad and shut down. And I feel like instead of, like, that's what's happening when you see red. You know, there may be some anger and aggression and stuff. I don't feel like you're getting, I don't feel like you're physically doing anything. Again, I feel like your body is sort of going into freeze mode or, you know, shutdown mode, which is very much, you know, it's a trauma response. There's 4 things that your body can do when confronted with trauma. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And it seems like you're in freeze mode a lot. You know, this is a legendary as well, and it's a holographic, so it's really coming out saying, hey, pay attention to me. And the interesting thing about Chiron is it searches for either truth or ideals to feed off of, basically, to feel whole. So I feel like there is this notion of like wanting the truth, right? Or wanting some sort of ideals. Again, we do see that there is some sort of secrets energy going on, and Chiron is using Hail Prison. So this ice is actually causing some sort of prison here that's kind of keeping you stuck. And we have Hoot Hoot using Send Back. For some of you, you're dealing with someone who is in prison or going back to prison perhaps, but I feel like this is energy from someone else that you basically just need to send back. Someone else's coldness perhaps that maybe you're internalizing that is kind of keeping you gridlocked. For some of you, maybe one way. For some of you, maybe another. So anyway, that's just what came out in the cleansing ceremony. But like I said, what we're going to do is take a look into your current energy, look into what your manifestation goal is, and then look how to take your current energy and transmute it into your manifestation goal. So I hope all is well, Taurus, you know, apart from the inequality issue that you're dealing with. So let's see, Taurus, what is your current energy here? We have 8 of Pentacles. So it feels like you're sort of doing the same thing over and over again. Some of you may be getting better at your job, or some of you are understanding sort of the routine. I feel like you're in a routine that is very much repeating. We have 4 of Wands, Page of Cups, but you don't really like the routine is what I'm getting. You may be in a routine of things that you're doing, but you may feel out of union or out of harmony with a loved one or someone maybe that you live with or something like that. There definitely is trouble in paradise is what I'm hearing. So yeah, I feel like even though 8 of Pentacles, you might be making a decent amount of money or again, sort of working on your craft. 8 of Pentacles is very much sort of, you know, practice makes perfect type energy and also really paying attention to the details. But it does look like there is some sort of issue in terms of like expressing your love or someone expressing their love to you of, you know, working with someone. The 4 of Wands is, number one, it's my card of twin flame union, but it's, you know, the card of marriage or whatever. These 2 people, whether romantic or platonic, it just represents a partnership, you know, walking through this one way and exiting, which is basically a portal. And then they are in union, deciding that they are going to do X, Y, and Z together. So with this is in reverse, it feels like, again, you're sort of out of sync with someone. It kind of feels like an energy of like one person working the night shift, one person working the day shift, if that makes sense. Let's see, what's the light energy? And I feel like, again, there's a lot of stuff in the details. I almost said devil in the details, which I don't want to say because rejected, right? There's a lot of godliness in the details as well. So says Virgo. We have Golbat using Bite and Leech Life. Okay, so there may be devil energy around you. You know, a lot of people have been getting it in almost every single reading I've done. I've had the devil in reverse, which is people recognizing that devil energy and releasing it. So you might get the same. And Golbat, once again, is coming up. Golbat has also been in every single reading. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me post a post about Golbat and the Devil in Reverse coming out. So coming out stock is Golbat. Golbat is a vampiric Pokemon with Bite and Leech Life. It looks like, you know, again, this is a psychic type. So you have a psychic vampire that bit you and is leeching life from you. It says, every once in a while, you'll see a golbat that's missing some fangs. This happens when hunger drives it to try biting a steel-type Pokemon. So it seems like you dealt with someone who was an energy vampire. Steel-type energy represents creating an energetic boundary in order to protect yourself. So it looks like this person tried to come and feed in some sort of way, but now they're not able to because you have those boundaries. However, it is coming out stuck and it is in the light, but so it looks like you're still dealing with this in some sort of way. Let's see, what's the shadow here? Coming out stuck as well. So I feel like there's a lot going on in your third eye here because we have 2 psychic types, which also represents the third eye. We have Mesprit using silent waves and mind splash. Yeah. So I feel like you're not really saying anything about this. Again, it's just like psychic, telecommunicative energy. You're keeping your silence. We saw with the moon card there are secrets. So it's like you're keeping things to yourself. It's a silent wave, but mind splash, your mind is sort of splashing around. There can be some mental distress associated with this. It says it sleeps at the bottom of the lake. Its spirit is said to leave its body to fly on the lake's surface. So some of you may be dealing with this situation and actually projecting while you're sleeping, sort of disconnecting from your body because your spirit is sort of trying to get out of the physical situation that it's in. So I feel like a lot of you may be dealing with a lot of stuff in the astrals. Perhaps there is a psychic vampire that is connecting to you while you sleep or something like that. I also feel like if this isn't a romantic partner or something, this can be, you know, someone at work or something like that, but there's definitely an issue with a particular person. All right, let's see what your goal is. What is Taurus's manifestation goal? We have Page of Wands in reverse and 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. I'm hearing a lot of like, I don't want this, I don't want this, if that makes sense. So your manifestation seems to be sort of a null. So it's interesting because I just posted some posts on my Instagram a while ago, is that there's no such thing as anti-manifestation. So for example, you can't say, you know, universe, you know, don't let me get, you know, like don't let it rain, right? That is going to naturally bring rain because you're focusing energy on rain. Same thing is like, I don't want this person to talk to me. Okay, well, you're sending energy into the universe about talking to a particular person. There's no such thing as no, don't do that, right? You could say, you know, universe, I want a bright and sunny day, and it's more likely that that's going to happen. You can say, universe, I want to be left alone, and that's more likely to happen, right? So I'm feeling a lot of naysaying energy here, Taurus. So I'm just going to ask again what it is that you do want, what it's not that you don't want. Because basically what I got here is that you don't want to do the physical balancing all by yourself. And you also don't want to do all of the creating by yourself either. So let's just see what it is that you do want, Taurus. Let's see. 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay, pretty plain and simple. You don't want to be sad. You don't want to be depressed. You are done with the 5 of Cups energy, which again is, you know, feeling down, feeling blue, feeling like you want to drink 5 glasses of wine or whatever it may be in order to escape. So you're really trying to get out of, again, this sort of depressed, sort of freeze energy. Let's see what's the light energy here. Wow, well, that wanted to do quite a spin, huh? So we have the stuck energy once again. All your Pokemon cards are coming out stuck. So right where you are coming out stuck is Drizzle using Rain Splash and Wave Splash. So it looks like you want to go through the emotional regulation of the current situation that you're doing. It's, you know, it's Rain Splash and Wave Splash. So again, and we have Mind Splash here. So there's a lot of splish splashing when it comes to your water energy. And with Drizzle, it sounds like you want to, you know, let this emotions out. You don't want to keep it to yourself. You want to be expressive of your emotions. This is also a throat chakra situation. So it seems like, you know, the way to sort of get your emotions out is to also talk about this. But I'm feeling this energy of worrying that someone's really not going to be on your side or that someone may not love you. Taurus, of course they will. It says a clever combatant. This Pokemon battles using water balloons created with moisture secreted from its palms. Oh, okay. So part of you knows that you need to talk to this person like, hey, I'm tired of you using emotions as a weapon towards me. That's what I'm feeling. So it's having a very difficult conversation about this situation. And what I'm feeling is you recognize that this person is, you know, it's this energy vampire type thing, right? They try to feed off you. Well, now they're not feeding off you, but now it seems like you're completely on different pages. Like you're not really together anymore, if that makes sense. Let's see, what's the shadow here? We have Litwick using Slightly Simmer and Trainer Super Rod in reverse. So it seems like you want to let this slightly simmer in your third eye, basically. You don't necessarily want to be taking the action now. Again, that's what I'm getting is like you don't want to be the one to create this and you don't want to have to do the balancing act yourself. You know, it's like you kind of want them to initiate it in some sort of way. But for now, it seems like you do want to, you know, start with a drizzle, right? Start little by little until this rain can come that eventually turns into a wave. So it's kind of like easing into it is what I feel. Easing into the conversation sort of little by little about how you don't want to feel down. You don't want to feel depressed. You don't want to feel put down or in freeze mode. And again, it seems like you just sort of want it to kind of put it on the back burner a little bit for a while, because Trainer Super Rod coming out in reverse, Trainer indicates the other person's energy, and what it's telling me is that you don't want to go too deep into this other person, because you know that maybe if you try to get too deep with this other person, again, they might not be ready, and they may feel like maybe you don't love them if you go too deep or something like that. There's definitely something about being loved here is really what I'm getting. And again, it's like you want to sort of just slightly, again, let it drizzle in and bring it up little by little so that it doesn't, again, so it doesn't turn into the same situation where you end up feeling like the Five of Cups, feeling defeated and sad and depressed about it. It says, Litwick shines a light that absorbs the life energy of people and Pokemon, which becomes the fuel that it burns. Yeah, so it looks like you want to have this conversation of like, hey, you're draining me. And I know you're draining me because I constantly feel down and depressed. So, yeah, that is a pretty difficult situation. And it feels like you do love this person. And that's why you want to have this conversation. So, I definitely understand what a difficult predicament this must be, Taurus. Let's see what Mother Moon wants to say about it. A fiery climax approaches in reverse. Yeah, again, I feel like you're trying to avoid that fiery climax, right? It's like you don't want things to get blown out of proportion or things to blow up. And it does seem like, you know, again, it's like, I also just made a post that's like Aries is like a Taurus that is always seeing red, you know, that's sort of always charging. And it feels like you're trying to avoid the anger and aggressive energy, that you're sort of just going the complete opposite into shutdown mode, where you need to be in that middle area, which is that Temperance card that came out in the cleansing ceremony, you know, that you need to be somewhere in the middle to where you're not too hot or too cold. But again, if this person is way too hot, if they're easily triggered and hot-headed, then of course you're going to be sort of on the other end, very cold, in order to sort of balance it out. So it's about how to get you both in the middle so that you can have this very difficult conversation. So I do get the energy, again, that you are trying to avoid this, you know, sort of explosive type energy here. Let's see. All right. The Romance Angels would like to say something, and we will head into the extended. So like I said, we are going to take your current energy and transmute it into your manifestation goal. So we'll see how you can just sort of, you know, start that conversation. This could be the one coming out stuck. You already met the romantic partner that you seek. So it seems like this is someone that's very special to you. It could be the person that you want to be with. However, you're recognizing, again, there is this sort of put down energy that puts you in shutdown mode. And that's why it's worth having this pretty difficult conversation. So really interesting energy here. I feel like there's one more, Taurus. Let's see what wants to be said about love. Love is a single soul that inhabits two bodies in reverse. So this is telling me, you know, it's not that you guys are sharing a soul. You know, you can't, you're not the same soul in two bodies. And the fact that you are different souls means that, you know, you have different frequencies that you're running on. And so it's very important. You're not just going to instinctually be in sync. It needs to take work. Again, we saw twin flame energy in reverse. So it is going to take some communication and some work, because right now it seems all in the head, all in the third eye. And it's like, how do you get that energy from the third eye down to the throat chakra without interrupting what seems to be a romantic situation? All right, so let's head into the extended, Taurus. The link is in the description box below. If you'd like to follow me there, it is available for Eagle and Phoenix members. And if we part ways here, good luck with the situation, and I am sending you so much love.